Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I'm Dustin. This is the show where we look at the most active stocks in all of Yahoo Finance. If you haven't watched my videos before, I usually do my own model that I have built here in Google Finance. Now, the reason why I do this is because I want people to know you have access to data that exists and it is free. Build the model, build the thing you want, do the things, do not be beholden to anyone else. Now, we look at DJT here. Obviously, it's a big day. It's an election day. It's November 11th. Obviously, no one will ever forget this day. But if we look at what's happening in DJT stock, it doesn't look so great. Now, if we look at what we see here, we've gone from, it looks like $51 on the 29th of October down to 33.94. Now, one of the things that I will say in terms of thinking about this long term is that if you're going to buy this stock, this is probably a great place. The reason why is we are right above the 5-day moving average, or we're right around the 5-day moving average, or actually just a little bit below. We are just above the 23-day moving average. We saw a humongous spike in volume today. Not enough to be a volume spike necessarily, but what it looks like is that we've got a down day on the 1-day, rolling on the 5-day. We're still positive on the 15-day, 1 month, and 3 month. If you look here at the signals, though, we are go long still in the short term, intermediate term, and longer term. We do have a go short, but I need to see two of those in a row. We're still bullish, essentially on the short term. We'll need to see two of those in a row confirmed. Bullish in the intermediate term and bullish in the longer term. Now, if we look at the rolling trend, and you watch any of my videos from earlier this week, this is what my major concern was. My major concern is that this indicator here has trouble anytime it gets above 60% and anytime it gets below 40%. The reason why is because this measures bullishness and bearishness inside of the market. And if you know anything about the market, it's essentially a tug of war. We are looking for bullishness and bearishness to essentially usually map out to around 50% if you're thinking about it over the long term. So when you get something that gets so extreme as to 72.6%, you're not going to expect that to stay there forever. Now, if we look at the overall signals, what we're probably going to see is no bull key three, no bear key three, no bull key three. We're going to see some buy signals that we had back here around the 21 and the $18. We've got some big bulls, we got some small bulls. We don't have anything that's convincing though. So if we go ahead and look at the overall trade range itself, let's scroll down real quick to the trade range. The thing that I like is that the top of the range is coming down, the bottom of the range is screaming up, which means that the volatility is starting to fall. The volatility here in DJT has screamed from the bottom here on the 11th of October, hit the top here. It looks like on the 1st of November, and it's starting to roll over. And what I like is you're starting to see the rollover of the correlation as well. So this is generally going to mean that you can get a sideways to up motion in the price if you get correlation and volatility both falling at the same time, because the two negatives do make a positive. Now, again, when we look at the overall trade range, I'd say we're probably going to come back within this range. Probably, again, this mid 30s is probably a good spot. I'd probably say your stop is going to be somewhere around the $30.50 level. Just if you wanted to like actually take a position, I'd probably use it as a decent risk return or risk reward for myself. I'd probably use that $30.50 as a way to look to see what do I expect from here. If it stays above $30.55, I'm going to expect it to continue to rise. The top of the range is around $53. I expect that to come down. I do expect the bottom of the range to rise up, but I would say if you're looking at this, it's going to take a little bit more time. Even on the ultra fast sentiment, just like we were looking at before, we're still only at 59%. If we look at it on the daily sentiment, we are at what, 58%? It's going to want to come back into the range. It's going to want to come around 50% total. So if we think about what we're looking at, DJT stock has an opportunity to continue to rise, but you're going to want to hold this $30 level for now. It might take a little bit of while, it might take a little bit of time, but you really want to pay attention to what is going to happen because the volume is there, the attention is there, the trade range is there, the volatility is there, the sentiment is there. Just going to take a little bit of time for it to come back into its range. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? Before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. We send you 25 stocks to your inbox every single Sunday. Stocks between $5 and $20 breaking out. Stocks breaking out to 1-year highs. Stocks breaking out to all-time highs. It is a great list to get your trading link started. I'll talk to you soon.